Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking to you about anxiety and my experience with anxiety. But I feel like there's something missing here. A little help here? Thanks. And a help. Okay, so my experience with anxiety. What is it like? It's like I could be sitting there doing nothing, and all of a sudden, my chest will start feeling tight. I feel like I can't catch my breath, and I just feel like I can't breathe. I feel like I have to get out of that room, no matter where I'm at. And it's a terrifying experience. And for those of you who don't know, I'm a Christian and I still deal with anxiety. And that's okay. You know, it's okay that I deal with the anxiety. It's okay that God hasn't taken it away, even though I've asked him to several times. That doesn't bother me at all. But a lot of times as Christians, we kind of get this mindset of, well, you know, nothing bad's gonna happen. And I think that's the wrong mindset for us to have. It seems to be a lot of the other Christian YouTubers have kind of been on the same vein here, but it's something that I've dealt with for a long time. I feel like we don't talk about it a lot. As far as like the Christian community, it's like, oh no, I can't admit that there's something possibly wrong, because for somehow, some way, people think, well, if I admit there's something wrong, then therefore that means that my God's not as powerful as I say he is. And you know, Paul says that he will boast all the more of his weakness, because God's power is made perfect in weakness. And I think we should follow that. I think we should talk about our shortcomings, our flaws, and admit that we're not perfect, admit that we are fallen creatures, and just embrace the fact that we are very finite. And the more I get into like apologetics, and the more I get into philosophy type things, the more I realize how finite we are, how little control we have. And you know, to go back to the whole anxiety thing, is it just feels like we don't talk about it. And so I want to talk about my anxiety. I want to talk about the things that I go through. Maybe it'll help somebody out there, because sometimes I feel alone in it, and sometimes I feel like, you know, when I'm having that massive panic attack, or I'm just feel like I can't breathe, like something will happen and I can't breathe, and it's gotten way worse because of this year. But it's like I'll just sit there, and all of a sudden I feel like I can't catch my breath. I guess to wrap up this video, the goal that for me, okay, my goal is to learn how to live with my anxiety. It's to learn how to still grow in my faith, even though I have anxiety, and also use that to encourage other people to grow in their faith, to not just give up and say, oh, well, you know, obviously God doesn't exist because, you know, like the problem of evil thing. So if I can use that as a tool, as I'm talking to people about Christ, that be like a witnessing tool, like, hey, I too deal with this problem, and I'm learning how to cope with it. I'm learning how to put my trust in God and still seek refuge in God through those times. because that's what I do. as I have that panic attack or that anxiety attack or whatever episode, whatever you want to call it, I put my trust in God to get me through the next minute. I encourage you to do the same thing if you go through something similar, especially with everything that's going on in the world. I encourage you to put your faith in Jesus. In the description, I have a book listed. Just so you know, it is a affiliate link, but if you're interested in learning more about apologetics, I recommend the book. It's called Tactics. It's a really great book. Check it out if you haven't already read it. I believe that apologetics is really important for us to learn how to answer questions, especially when it comes to things like anxiety. And go ahead and click the next video that's going to pop up if you would like to watch some more of my content. I really appreciate you guys. I'll see y'all later.